The wicked will be turned into hell, and all nations will forget God. That wickedness is going to send you to hell.
Hate preachers that were on Georgia State's campus, throwing out really harsh hatred and malicious language towards college students, and the idea was formed knowing, hey, they're preaching about a Jesus that is very hateful and unforgiving, and that's not the Jesus that we know. My name is Ryan Treadwell, and I'm the Executive Director at The Real Movement. So the idea was to be a website just to share stories about who we were before Christ and who we are after Him, with even our flaws and imperfections and what He's done in our lives. And that morphed into looking at what we could do on college campuses and how we could create environments that bridge the gap between Christians and non-Christians and create inclusive spaces where, regardless of who you are or what you believe, that you can feel safe and you can feel at home and you can find your community.
My name is Stephen Buru. I go to UGA. I'm the rep in Athens, and I've been a part of TRM for 2 years now. I've seen TRM impact people in Athens by giving them the inclusive community that we claim to want to give them. And by that, I mean, I'll see people come in 1 week, not knowing anyone, looking really uncomfortable, and just a few weeks later, they'll act like they know everyone in the room and like they've known everyone their whole life. And that just shows that what we do works. And what we do, I feel like, really helps people get into this community is just the questions. People come in, and when they have an opportunity to talk about things that have to do with real life and are deep, right after meeting someone, it kind of skips the beginning phases of most friendships, in which there's a lot of small talk and awkward pauses. And I've just seen so many people come in and find that community not only in Hangouts, but outside of Hangouts.
A Hangout is a weekly event that we have across every single campus that we're on. And it looks pretty different than anything that we have seen before in any college ministry or nonprofit. So first 30 minutes or so is literally just hanging out and eating food and getting to know people and meeting new people or seeing friends that you haven't seen in the last couple of days. And then we'll break off into groups. And in those groups, we have questions that every single school answers. And they are relative to something that any single college student could relate to. Regardless if you're a Christian or not, we have questions that allow you to be able to voice your opinion, and through that, our job as followers of Christ is to be able to give our perspective of those answers, which obviously has Christ in it. And then as we continue to go a little bit under the surface and get a little more vulnerable, through that, we're hoping that relationships can be formed and people can see and truly feel that, hey, even though I don't believe the same thing as them, I know that Jesus loves me, and hopefully that will continue to push people towards Christ. We are currently at 5 schools across the state of Georgia. So we're at University of Georgia, Georgia State, Georgia Tech, Kennesaw State University, and Georgia College in Milledgeville. We started our first Hangout ever. It was at UGA in August of 2014. And we have been running in that same direction ever since, of trying to find new schools to create these communities for and be able to teach and empower college students to develop relationships on campus. Our goal at Hangouts is to be the most inclusive space that someone will walk into in their entire life. We want people to be shocked and a little weirded out that when they walk into the door that they've never been that accepted before. So inclusivity is one of the foundations of who we are. And then we are very process over event based. So what that means is we're not trying to throw the most high production, high budget events. We are trying to create communities with people that we can walk through life with them and that we can actually spend time with them regardless if they believe the same things as us. So we are much more willing to go through the process with people and do life with them than just trying to get them to come to our event.